Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Kamphaeng Phet. We're in one of the towns of the Sukhothai kingdom. This was all incorporated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Kamphaeng Phet, Sisachanalai, and Sukhothai, the three cities. And we're going to walk through the inner part of the ruins. There's like a north section and then an inner part section. This has the former Grand Palace, Wat Phra Kaeo, and some other sites. These are really quite spectacular. I've been here before. It's been like a year and a half ago or so, and I wanted to come back and see it today. So let's go see what we see and enjoy this. Okay, so you can see the price is 100 baht for a foreigner or 20 baht for a Thai. I'm gonna check your ticket here. You can buy this as part of the package. It used to be you could go to the north and this part as a package for 150 baht, and that included the museum, but the museum is now just a separate fee of 100 baht. So you can see here, this is a large area. This is Wat Phra Kaeo and Wat Phra That, and also the former royal palaces here. Right over there is the former city wall, and then there's a moat around it. And it was protected by 3 fortresses, I think, and it had 9 gates. And then there were battlements all along the top of the walls. And it's like 2.1 kilometers by about 2 kilometers or so. It's a huge area. And you can see there were ponds and stuff like that inside of the grounds here. So this is our first ruin that we'll come up to. This is Wat Phra That. Now it had 2 bell-shaped Chedis, then it had a center building, and then another Chedi back there. So let's go in here and let's walk through this one. So we came through this little wall, would have had an arch right here, and it's all gone. It's just down pretty much to the base. And those Chedis are kind of sloughing off a little bit. They use quite a bit of brick here on this site. Compared to the northern site, there's a lot more brick here. And then this center hall would have had a covered roof. The arches and everything were made out of the laterite. And then this is the little hall. And there would have been a Buddha sitting right there. And then you can see a little bit of the stucco up on the Chedi. And then how would this have been built over here? So this would have been maybe the like the gallery, the cloister. So that would have been a covered walkway around the Chedi with the Buddha images. I see how that is. And then I'm not sure what the significance of this is. There's just one little stone sticking up. You can see here, this would have all been stuccoed and carved. And then you'd have been able to come over here and see the Chedi. It looks like they have some steps over here, so you could have went up on the base. Yeah, it's quite nice. It's Sri Lankan style, the Ceylonese style of Buddhism. Yeah, and this here would have been covered. You can see this would have been the columns for it, and there would have been Buddha images seated all around here. Yeah, that would have been kind of cool. And right outside of that wall of Wat Phra That is this building here. And you can see what's left of one of the torsos of the seated Buddha. This is a raised platform, and it would have had an entrance over there, and then you would have came in. I think over here would have been for the monks. And there's not a whole lot left. I don't know if there are any support columns in here or what, because there's no bases. Just this little bit here of like a wall or something. Yeah, it's kind of a strange looking structure. Not sure what was down there. And you can see there's another part of the wall for the next little part of the temple. What I think about it, Kamphaeng Phet, what's cool is they use these laterite stones as a wall. They just cut them into the long cuboids, and then they just stuck them down in the ground, and they made the wall out of that. Now this building here is absolutely colossal. So you can see the laterite stones that they carved, has the stairwell up here. This would have all been covered in stucco and would have been whitewashed. But you can see how they carved these stones. The laterite was pretty easy for them to manipulate. They could carve them quite easy. And it's a durable substance. You see how well these laterites are preserved. And then they would have had the walls up, and then they would have had a ceiling that would have been, the roof would have been wood, and then they would have covered it with the tiles, and the wood would have rotted away long ago. And you can see they have another platform up here. But they did haul in a lot of these stones. So they built the foundation, they tamped the dirt down, then they built a little bit of wall, and they filled it with dirt and tamped it down, and they just kept adding to it. Use the dirt to save stones, a lot less work. So you can see the Buddha image here, made out of the laterite. It's missing its arms, and you can see the different sections, and then they use that concrete to put it together. And it's sitting up on this pedestal here, and then back in behind here is a nice little Chedi. We'll look at it here in a sec. They have some stairs to go up here, and we're quite high. There is a pedestal here for an image, and then that would have been a cool Chedi up there. Oh, this is really nice. You can see how high we are, and then the outer wall of the temple, and then the city wall over there. And I've been out to like the Pet Fortress and some others, and there's some really cool stuff in this area. Now, when this was built, there would have been the top on it. But what's cool is you can look right down the line and see the prong of that Chedi at the next one over. And we're at the base of this Chedi, so you can see the stairs. So you went up there, you would have made your offerings and stuff like that. You can see the indented corners and the plaster work, and it's completely missing the top. So the relic would have been right there, and then it would have went up to a point, and all the relic chamber and everything is exposed now. But really, really cool. Just the amount of stucco. So you can see there's 2.5, 3 inches of stucco here to get all that design put into it. And this leads us to the next part of this temple. It's all in a nice line, east to west. And you see the wall out there. And here's the base of this. Not a whole lot left, just a couple stairs and the wall, and then this little hall right there. So all of this here is part of Wat Phra Kaeo, the temple of the Emerald Buddha. Now, I was reading that they have some historical writings that think that maybe the Emerald Buddha was stored here at one time, but I don't know how accurate that is, considering the Emerald Buddha was brought to Bangkok after they took it from Vientiane, Laos. So I don't know how the Emerald Buddha got from here up to Vientiane, but it's an important Buddha image to the Thais. It's their most sacred one. So there's a lot of speculation about it. So this Chedi here, you can see the little notches for the images, and then it would have had the elephants across the bottom here. So we'll see all these here. These are just the pieces, but right around the corner is the cool part. You can see those corbelled arches up there, and there's some naga. You can see the tears, and then they had some stucco work there, the lotus flowers, all the way up to the spire. And the amount of circles or the rings, everything has a significance. And you can see one of the elephants here. And then right over here, this is the cool part. Yeah, so we can just see it. There's the seated Buddha and the reclining Buddha. We'll look at it a little bit more. So you can see there's just a little bit of the images up there in those little notches. And then most of these elephants are gone here. And then they had another Chedi over this way, and another seated Buddha right up there. Yeah, this is one of the coolest things that I've seen in any place here in Thailand. And right there, that's the top of the spire that's over here just on the ground now. We're almost up there. You can see another Buddha image here that's out of the laterite. So he has his twin over there, and here's this one. So the whole legs are carved almost out of one piece of the laterite. There's a part over there that they repaired, and then the torso is another section, the arms. were a couple different sections, and the head, they stuck it on there. All right, so we made it over here. How fantastic is this? So you have a reclining Buddha right here. You can see how it's all made out of the laterite, and then the styling of the face. And then you have two seated Buddha right behind it. You can see all the plaster work. And then they would have had laterite Buddhas all across the front here. They would have been seated. Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, this is, like I said, this is one of the coolest things I've seen. It's just this whole part right here. And you can see the legs are crossed. Those are all laterite stones. And then the body and the head. And the eyes are closed and downcast. You see the styling of the face, that kind of the egg shape, the Sukhothai styling. Oh, it's fantastic. And then all this was a little gallery right here, the little cloister. You can see what's left of the walls. The columns are here. This would have been covered. They had the stucco on it. And then the backside. You can see some tree roots growing up there. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and this is nice. So they would have had smaller little Buddha images around these little spires right behind it. Ah, so there was a series of 5 of these little Chedis right here with kind of a cool styling. I never noticed that before. And they would have went up, it would have been spiraled up at the top. Oh, that's cool. And some more of the Chedis and another one of the buildings. We'll go up to this last Chedi over here. And you can see more of the perimeter wall. So the royal palace was right here, and this would have been the royal temple. So they could have walked right over here to this from the royal palace. So another base here for some images. And we got one more cool little deal here around the base of this Chedi. You can just see one of the elephants right here. So, oh, we have some gigantic feet. So we would have had a massive standing Buddha right there. Oh, that would have been something to see. The Sukhothai era, they really liked the standing Buddha. You see quite a few of them. They'd have the walking and the standing. Oh, that's really cool. And that elephant. Yeah, so there's some massive feet. You can see what's left of the toes. So you're just seeing here, there would have been cubbies here for these little elephants. And you see this laterite stone sticking out here? That would have been so they could have tied this, the carving, the sculpture into the base of this Chedi. But check this out. This is so fantastic. So you see this has definitely been restored, but this is what it would have looked like originally. They'd have even had the holes for the trunk and the eyes, the ears, the tusks. And what you do is you would go underneath the elephant. And then they have these over here. You can see some of the ties have stuck the gold leaf on them. And this would have surrounded the whole base of the Chedi. Oh, this is cool. I just love stuff like this. And then you see the base of the Chedi up there. Oh, the eyes, the little details. Now there's another temple, the Wat Phra Kaeo. That's the northern section that had 63 elephants around the bottom. And they have a couple over at the museum where they show all of the details. And it was just amazing, all the little details they put in it. So we have another little shrine here, which is kind of different. This is opened up to the north, and then it faces this Chedi over here. That would have been a bell-shaped. And then we have a couple more little ruins out that way. And here we had another cloister that would have had Buddha images seated all the way around it. And this would have surrounded that Chedi, and it would have been covered. You can see the columns here. You can see here there's a different style of wall where they used a bigger piece of the laterite, and then they stuck one on the very top of it. Oh, that's quite interesting. Yeah, and then over there, that's just the base. There's not a whole lot to see of these buildings here. We've seen the most of it. All right, guys, that's going to finish up our video over here at this part of Kamphaeng Phet, this historical park here. This is the southern part. They have the northern part. That was where the part where more of the forest monks went up there. And the styling is a little bit different on the northern ones compared to these. And both of them are definitely worth your time to check out. I'll pin a comment in this video to the other part of Kamphaeng Phet so you can compare and see both of them. This is definitely a lot of fun. This is away from most of the tourists, so you can come over here and you can kind of explore by yourself. You'll see some of the local Thais that will come out here, but the big tour buses and everything, most of those don't come to Kamphaeng Phet. They go just to Ayutthaya. So anyway, if you enjoyed the video, I would say smash the like button, do me a favor. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and then you're notified when I post a new video. I'm pretty active, so you get to see a lot of stuff in Thailand and wherever else I travel. And if you've been here, if you have any questions, ask me in a comment down below, or if you know more information. I walk around here and I just get distracted by the cool styling and stuff like that. So if you know more about it that I forgot to say, tell me in a comment down below. I'd appreciate some extra information. Plus, people that watch the video can see that and learn more also. And from over here at Kamphaeng Phet, remember, life is a journey. Until next time, enjoy.